Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you're having a great day. So we've got a lot going on. Every day, you should just think about it as we have a lot going on. The Cryptoverse is rising a tad, right? So I'm not saying that we're hitting new highs or anything like that, but a lot of coins are actually moving up. So one of the things that I'm looking at is FTX with $1.4 billion just beat out Binance in acquiring Voyager Digital's assets. That's a big deal because it plays right into FTX's growth strategy, or a portion of their growth strategy is what I would say, to grow by acquisition, right? So they get a whole bunch of users. They get a whole bunch of technology that, Voyager was using. So there's a lot to those assets than just, a user base. So that's one. California Governor Newsom has vetoed a bill that would stop California from collecting tens of millions of dollars in tax revenue stemming from the Cryptoverse. Why? Because the bill was meant to stymie growth and innovation. And he was just like, yeah, no, nope. Bit premature. Let's let the federal government chime in first, and hopefully there will be something that's a bit more malleable to the situation, and not have that kind of an effect on a burgeoning industry that's just in its infancy. Hat tip to you, Governor Newsom. Now, Nexo's got big problems in the United States. The United States is saying that they have not the United States, but 8 states in the United States, including New York and California, are saying that they were engaged in selling securities because they're looking at their interest-bearing crypto as being securities, right? So if they're paying interest in crypto, those are securities, and they did not abide by, the respective states' laws. I don't see how they recover from this in the United States. That's going to be a big deal for them. It's going to be a very big deal. Not a while ago, probably a month and a half ago, told you about how Disney created this whole accelerator program, and Polygon was involved, is involved, and a whole bunch of other companies are involved. They've been selected. Well, they're not hiring for an attorney. A job posting this past Friday notes that they're looking for an attorney that will be able to give them guidance and legal advice in the space of NFTs and other Web3 technologies. I want you to let that wash over you. This is another huge step for Disney. And the reason why I say so is because Disney is a huge entertainment company. Think about what they'd be able to do. Their parks would be able to use NFTs for admission. They'd be able to use NFTs for various different access points for special things. They'd be able to create, think about this, they'd be able to create their own freaking coin to be used at their parks and to use for other Disney things. I'm not saying that any of this is what they're going to do. I'm just trying to give you an idea about what could happen with Disney, because they have so many offerings. So just imagine Disney getting into the Metaverse and doing movie releases. Imagine Marvel in the Metaverse. I'd go to a Metaverse movie theater to see that. Star Wars 2. That'd be pretty cool. Not to be outdone, Walmart is testing new ideas. And these new ideas involve Roblox. So they've created a couple of worlds in Roblox. Now, Roblox is an old school, not old, but a Web 2 kind of environment, right? So it's not to say that they're doing something in the Web 3 space, but this would be a definite sign that they are testing the waters. I would definitely say that. And the reason why is because although it uses Web 2 technologies, you could, by other means, determine that Roblox is kind of a metaverse play. I mean, it doesn't use NFTs or anything like that, and that's why you say it's not, but it's almost like a metaverse play. So if they're testing out ideas, I want you to think of Walmart as not just a chain of stores, okay? I want you to think of them as a huge marketing engine. Huge. The holy grail in certain retail spaces is Walmart. If you get your product into Walmart, you're making money. That's why it's a big deal. That's why when you see people standing there saying, oh, I got my this in Walmart, it is huge. So imagine if Walmart did get into the metaverse. They would most likely be looking to build brand experiences within that space. That in and of itself makes this move huge. So just looking at what the future can hold, right? So when everybody's talking about, oh, crypto's a Ponzi scheme and, blah, blah. Listen, relax. You can yap about the coins as much as you want, but the underlying technologies, the utilities, the usefulness, all of that, you cannot just shove that off and write it off. These are real deal things. As for the coins that reflect the success or failure of those ventures, of those utilities, I don't see how that's a Ponzi scheme. I think certain people should rethink what they're saying and how they're saying it. If you look at my previous videos, you know who I'm referencing. It's a bad chess move. Anywho, Australia, back in August, I want to say August 2nd or something like that, but I know it was in August. I spoke about how Australia was using this kind of crypto mapping approach to, evaluating the various cryptos that are out there to help them form regulation around crypto. Well, the other half of that would be to do a CBDC for them, right? Well, guess what? They just released a white paper on doing just that. So the technology that they're using and the plans for moving forward with creating that CBDC. That's a very big deal. As you start to look at the world and you start to realize that Australia could be looking at this as, hey, we want to regulate crypto, which means it'll exist. And we're also going to create our own CBDC. Sounds like a realistic hybrid model. Gonna love watching that journey happen. Seriously. Now, if you look at the crypto space, things are up. Bitcoin is over 20,000 right now. Let's go take a look. All right. So let me refresh this for you so we can get fresh numbers. Let's give it a second. There you go. All right. So you've got some losers. These two. Yeah. To be expected, right? Well, these three. Kind of to be expected. Right? And so I wouldn't be paying attention to that. Everything else falls below my 5% mark. But then you come over here. Let me just expand these columns a little bit. When you come over here, you can see things like Harmony, Maker, Quant. Let's see who else do I pay attention to? Ethereum name service. All of these above 7% move. That's kind of interesting, wouldn't you say? That's very interesting. The fear and greed index, however, down to 20. We are in extreme fear. Let's not even play games. The world is in extreme fear. The UK is messing up. She wants to decrease taxes in a bold move. Prime Minister Truss. I don't know, man. I don't know, lady. I'm not an economist, but a lot of people are speaking out and trying to figure out, what? They just raised taxes under Boris Yeltsin. So trying to figure out, how that's going to affect the UK, and it's not looking pretty. The British sterling is not looking good against the dollar. None of the world's fiats are looking good against the dollar, actually. None of them. So U.S. companies like Apple are raising prices in Europe for their goods. Why? Because the dollar is stronger and they've got to make money for it. So you're going to have to pay, $100 more euro for this, that, the other. And that's how they're going to make it up. Okay. It is what it is. Something that I'm paying attention to is just look at how Bitcoin is moving. It's now back within the lower portion of my inner band. Let me just Let me just take care of this. There you go. So now you can actually see it. So the blue lines represent my outer band. This has been, the highest of the highs in recent history. And this is the lowest of the lows in recent history. Again, I keep referring to 17,600 for Bitcoin. And now we're back within my inner band, which seems to be the sweet spot. Now we had been moving, laterally, right? Within, touching the lower part of my inner band, but remaining within my outer band's lower level, so above 17.6. But now we're firmly within striking distance of maintaining or bouncing around the 20,000 mark instead of bouncing around the 19,000 mark. I find that to be interesting because the stock market can be taking a hit, and Bitcoin kind of correlates to the stock market. Let's not get it twisted. It does kind of do that. Kind of correlates both Dow and Nasdaq, especially Nasdaq. So when Nasdaq takes a hit, you're probably going to see Bitcoin take a hit. But Bitcoin does hold its value better. Just saying. That's in my humble opinion. So long term, I'm looking at this and I'm going, yeah, maybe this upward momentum right here from this morning, late last night and this morning, says that it could be this is establishing a new level of lateral movement. All right, one stair step up and then lateral movement. This, if you pay attention, this is what happened before. Let's bring it in a bit. So this did happen before, even previous to this. So what I'm looking at now is, well, good time to pay attention, maybe DCA, but I'm a little apprehensive as we move forward toward the end of the year. But I think as the end of the year moves forward, you have Putin having issues in his own country, people trying to flee to not have to serve. There's a lot of stuff going on. So that's what I'm paying attention to. Cryptocurrency prices, like I said, Bitcoin in the 20,000 mark, Ethereum playing around with trying to get back above 1,400. And I want you to pay attention to something. Again, I want to point out that the mark just a few weeks ago, okay, just a few month and a half ago, maybe two, you had, the correlation of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin would hit like 19, Ethereum would be at like 1,000. That was where it was. Well, Bitcoin is at 20 and Ethereum is at 13, almost 1,400. The reason why I bring that up is because if you've been holding since back then, you are up. It's just like looking at Matic. Matic has not been doing well in the past few days, past couple of weeks, right? Well, week or so. But you have to remember that in that same time frame, they had that news that they're working with Disney, or they made it into Disney's accelerator program. Disney's got a lot going on. Just listen to my video today, just a couple of minutes ago. So when you look at that, they peaked up about 50%. So yes, they're down right now. But in that same time frame, that BTC was at 19, 18, 19. Ethereum was at like 900, 1,000. Matic was at 49. If memory serves. I'm old, so you never know. But it's verifiable. You can go look. Always do your own research. So when I look at this, I kind of go, yeah, that's not bad. And if you're paying attention now, you should see that Matic is creeping up. It's creeping up. That's what I'm paying attention to. Even SHIB is creeping up a little bit. You have a lot of coins that really do have utility and really do have things going on, like VeChain, Cardano. A lot of these chains, a lot of these projects that have things going on, creeping back up, piece by piece. Piece by piece, because they've got real stuff. They have real utility. They have real communities. Don't get me wrong. I do take chances on long shots from, long shot projects that are, doing some crazy stuff. Like Gala to me is a long shot product or project, but I think it has huge potential. So I'm holding some Gala. I'm hurting from Gala, but I'm holding some Gala. As a matter of fact, I might even dip in more into Gala. Why? Because it's not just a metaverse play. It's not just a metaverse game. It's a platform. It is a metaverse platform. So there are things that I'm paying attention to that could really be something in a couple of years. That's how far out I'm looking. Taking that nickel, that 5-year period, and looking then and see where could we be going? What could we be doing? What are the odds of this versus that? So I look at headsets and I go, yeah, everybody's talking about AR, VR, blah, 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 and how that's a big part of the metaverse. Why? Why? I don't need that to be in the metaverse. It's an expensive thing that I don't actually need. Just saying. Just saying. As well as when you think about those headsets, they don't last long. Battery doesn't last long. So right now, they're fun in their own spaces. But that to me is not a huge metaverse play. It's not even close. So pay attention to what's out there. Really, do your own research. There are things out there that will interest you. Absolutely. I'm on the inside and I can see projects. I'm working with people that have these great projects that are there. It's not to say that they're all going to be successful, but wow, some interesting and really cool stuff that's going on right now in a down market. In a down market, these things are still going on. That says a lot. That says hella lot, as my kids would say. Right? So just wanted to take a look at the list that's out there. And like I said, you can see things that are in the green that are moving up. You can see things that are, they look red over here, but like look at Polygon in the past 24 hours, it's up almost 5%. The past 7 days, it's up 5%. In the past 90 days, like I was trying to tell you, it's up almost 50%. This is what I'm telling you. This is why I tell you, I don't trade crypto on a daily basis. Unless I have a feeling about something, I'm mostly investing in crypto for a long period of time. I'm working with businesses to try to get them online, take their e-commerce and help them get to accepting crypto. Yes, we've got some really cool stuff coming very, very soon. But I'm looking at a whole bunch of stuff that can really, really, really do things. But you have to do your own research if you want to find those, diamonds in the rough. Not all of it, not all of that carbon is going to turn into diamonds, but some of them will. All right. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope you like what me and my kids are doing on our journey. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when my videos drop. Have a great day. Bye-bye.